Hello,
Hello.
sending
everyone.
hearts.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to an incredibly exciting and delightful live that we have today. We are talking to the birth keepers of the Philippines. They're going to be sharing about their experience with scholarship and also with the way that they're burning the patriarchy down in the Philippines and really standing up for birthers there, making sure that they have consent, making sure that their rights are being upheld, and they're just doing incredibly rad shit. So, welcome.
Welcome,
Hello.
welcome. Hello,
Hello.
everyone. Sending
Um,
love all over.
all over. I
Right.
would love if we could do a quick intro so everyone can get acquainted with who all is on the call. We'll start with Dula Ria.
Yes. So, hi, everyone watching from all over the world. We're coming here live from the Philippines. I'm Dula Ria, and I'm very proud to say that I'm super passionate about everything birth and newborns and parenting and homeschooling. I'm here as an MSP graduate, specifically a scholarship graduate, and I'm very proud to say that I just received my scholarship, the certification letter last 2 weeks ago. And
Yay!
Yay,
so I'm from Spring, MSP Spring 2020. And welcome, everyone.
Yes, she's been doing incredible things. I feel like you just
Thank
like
you.
really downplayed yourself there. She's amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, Monique, would you like to introduce yourself
Yeah.
a little bit?
Okay. Sure. Hi everyone. I'm Dula Monique. So I'm also an MSP scholar. From spring 2022, just this year, and since I started the program, I just like jump shipped with Dula Ria and Dula Aren in this wonderful birth birth experience and everything, and like being a doula, and I'm just so happy to be here and like spreading positive births all over here and all around the world.
Yay!
Yeah.
And you're doing an awesome job. Such,
Thank you.
oh my gosh. All right, and Dula Aaron, tell
Hi,
us.
I'm Dula. So excited to be here. I'm an MSP scholarship awardee as well. Did you know that all three of us got our scholarships during spring? And
Oh
one
yeah!
year apart. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, we
There's
got
something about March for us,
2022.
Yeah, so I'm about to submit. Hopefully, this. I was supposed to do it last time with Ria, but first, like, I was like, okay, I'll give myself another quarter to do this. But I'm really with all of you. I've been working with Ria since last. Now it's the three of us, me, Dula, and Monique, and we've been working with a lot of women in the Philippines, and it's just really nice, to like be working with someone who are the same values as you do. So
Yes.
yeah, we're really excited for that.
Yes. So, can y'all share a little bit about what it is like in the Philippines providing support? I know that everyone probably has really strong feelings. We were swearing a little bit before the live, so like just to give everyone some context. Um, so, does somebody want to dive in a little bit about what supporting in the Philippines looks like?
Maybe I'll get a head start. I'd probably let Ria take the in better words than
All right.
she'd probably
Yeah.
say it in words that wouldn't
In more
shock
simpler
the
words.
audience.
Right. Don't let Dula Aaron go sprawling those words out. Right. So in the Philippines, it's quite hard and difficult as a doula because number one, doulas are not that widely known. They say that having a doula is too fancy for some.
So they kind of look to us as someone who will only coach the celebrities or the well-off families, but it's not the case because we also do compassionate work. We've done a lot of births that where we don't get paid simply because we feel that the mothers and the families deserve the support that they need. There's so much to learn about doulas, and there's so much to learn about gentle birthing, and that's what we're trying to raise awareness of. And this gentle birthing, it's not just like a list of this is how it looks like. It's more of gentle birthing is this is how it should feel like.
Yes.
Birthing should feel like this power, this empowerment, this it should not be cumbersome, or they should look at it as a process, like move here and move here and move here. It's not that. So
No.
we've been fighting this process, this system here. Dula Monique knows that really well since her sister is a is an OB, and
Oh
you
my
know
gosh, I don't think I knew
I'll
that.
let her tell the story later. But that's the kind of thing that we're facing here, is that um, the doctors would say, well, what's the difference with gentle birthing? It's just the same thing as we do. It's just the same thing as how we're doing it. But then they're missing the point that it's not a checklist, but it's more of how are you making the families feel
Yeah.
in terms of their birth. So
Oh my gosh. Absolutely. I know one of my favorite quotes is the I think it's Maya Angelou, do not quote me on that, but like the people won't remember what you say or what you do, but people remember how you make them feel. And I think that's so
yes,
true. I know, like in my own life, like that's how I remember folks. I'm just like, oh, I had such a good feeling when I was with you, you know? So
Yeah.
I love that you're bringing that to the Philippines. And Monique, I'm very curious to know what family dinners are like. Is there any tension?
Well, okay. Okay.
I just
I'll
had to
start
laugh.
with my I'll start with my second pregnancy for my second child.
Yeah,
There was a lot of tension, a lot of tension between us that time, because I wanted to like have water birth that time, and it. I mean, I think it was in 2017, and like a lot of people aren't aware of that yet. I
yeah,
mean, that time, so it was something kind of new here, and I'm I'm pretty sure they were just like concerned about my safety and my baby's safety.
yeah,
But yeah, there was a lot of tension like during my whole pregnancy that just wasn't really nice. But I was able to have that water birth experience,
ah,
and yeah, I did. And my sister was there, and she was able to witness it.
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
Yeah, I no, I feel goosebumps all over now.
Oh
Against
my
all
god,
odds. With odds.
Yeah, because like it was nice that she was there because like I saw her reaction when it was already. I mean when it was happening, and like I felt like she really she really wanted to see it,
yeah,
because it's something not taught here in medical school.
yeah,
So probably for her it was something new and different. So I think she was curious, and when she saw that, I saw the look on her face, and you know she was just so like happy, and I mean it suddenly changed from
yes,
having so much tension, and then like, wow, what was that, like,
yes. Well, plus, oh, go ahead. No, I just wanted to mention, like, I think that it speaks really strongly to like how hard it can be to advocate for your wants and your needs during your pregnancy, and like like what the things that we can come up against, even within like the people in our family, even if it's coming from places of
Yeah.
love, it's still like
Mhm.
the idea that things need to be done a certain way, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So you
Yeah.
probably just like I imagine she's now out there in the world being like, yo, my sister did the coolest thing. This is what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah. She always tells me that, like, she tells her colleagues that about it. I think,
Yeah.
like, yeah. And then, so okay, so for my third pregnancy, I did water birth again, and then yeah. So I think that time there wasn't much tension anymore between us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and like now, I mean, when I come from my birth, I tell her stories and our experience. So I think in some way, like, she's more like probably open to it now. I mean, having gentle birth or the idea of it
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild to think, like this was an experience that not only would have like impacted your family, but like now is like rippling out. Like you're sharing it.
Yes, it feels like that. Yeah,
Yes.
it does. Yeah.
Um, so I was actually a little bit curious. So we're gonna dive in a bit to scholarship stuff if everyone's cool with that. Um, so first and foremost, how did you hear about the scholarship?
Ria.
Rita.
We heard, I think we both did. We both heard about it from Ria.
Okay. So Ria, how did you
Influencer
hear about
here.
yeah,
My fault.
hear about the scholarship?
Well, I just found luck by searching and searching and searching through Facebook groups and, just keying the word doula and every chance that I get. Because a step back in 2015, um, I found a post, a Facebook post from a relative, and then she posted that she had this unmedicated birth, and I was like, "Whoa, unmedicated birth? Is that even possible? Like, hell does unmedicated birth, and why? Why do you do that? Why do you do that to yourself?" That was my thinking back then, and so I did some research, and then I stumbled upon this documentary, which we all know by heart, "The Business of Being Born,"
Yeah.
and I was
Yes.
just blown away, and I was like,
Yes.
what because I was like watching my own hospital cesarean birth right in front of my computer, and it was like, that's exactly what happened to me twice. Because I got my first two births were hospital cesarean births, and the story about that is just it's really not good. And so after watching that documentary, I started to do my own research. And back then, 2015, that's almost like the age of Google, where you can, just simply key in and type in and do research through Google. And I had this intense feeling that I really want to be supported. I really want to know more and do more to be able to save my birth, because um, and that same year, I found out that I was pregnant again for the third time. So I was so frantic. I gotta do something. I gotta change my fate. I got to, learn more. And so I stumbled upon this VBAC thing, trying to do a natural birth after my cesarean. And then I jumped from one OB to another, just finding that gentle OB doctor one more time. And eventually, I found this doula locally. Her name is Doula Betty San Luis. So Doula Betty, if you're watching right now, it's all because of you. And then
Yay.
I attended this her childbirth class, and I brought my partner with me, and it was so beautiful. And even though my third birth was not as I wanted, but I felt that it was healing for me, and I was able to do what I wanted to do. I was given the options, and I felt that being a doula was so powerful that I want that for myself, but I didn't have it. So I want to give it to the others. So I want that experience of being supported. and give that feeling to other women, other families. And so that's where it started. And I was so frantic, doula, doula, searching doula. And then I chanced upon the Bebo Mia page, and I was like, oh my God, this is it. This is it. And I was crying to my husband. I was like jumping up and down, and he couldn't understand me the first few minutes because, like, I got it. I found it. I found the way how I can become a doula. And then, that's the history. So
Oh my
I,
gosh.
I um, studied the scholarship brief, the pack that you send out, and dreamt about it, cooked it in my heart, and cooked it in my brain, all that stuff. So that's how I found it, through Facebook groups and comments here and there, and searching and searching
Oh
and
my
searching.
gosh. And so, doula Monique and doula Aren, did you know Ria before? And she was just like,
Yes,
you have to do
I did.
this.
Well, I did. I knew Ria like 4 years prior to that. As well. So it was about the time we just gave birth, younger ones. So Ria and I used to. We are still part of this marriage encounter group. So that's where we weren't as close before the pandemic. So during the pandemic, we have like 10 minutes away from each other. So that was like, okay, we're gonna see weekends. We had our small little bubble, like for the kids, and when the restrictions was quite, uh, came down CQ period. But like after a couple of months of being cooped up at home, would come here usually to our place, since our place is secluded and stuff like that. Kids would play. Do you know what? I'm doing something. Just I was like, what? What are you doing now? And I'm studying again. Why? Why are you studying again? Because I found it with my life, and I found the reason why I'm doing this again. And she told me all. I think she told me about it December 2020, something like that, or prior. And she was like, they're opening up another scholarship program in the spring, next 2022. So I was like, okay, let's see. Like thinking, like it's a pandemic. Like, what else? So I was like, okay, send me the link. Send me the link. I'll browse through it. And then she did. She did, like about December, January. Scholarships are now open again. And I hit March. And it took me a while. So I got December. It took me up until the first week of March to actually send it. I need all of my stars to align. I need all my luck in this world to actually also March as well. So I sent it like a week before my birthday. It was like, let the stars decide.
Yeah.
And then it did. And the first one I called, the first one I called was Ria, and I was crying. No, sister, I got it. Oh my, we're gonna be in it together. But you know what? It's something that after all those years of having children, it's something that you're very passionate about. But it's something because life happens, right? But thank God, quarantine, something good happened out of it. So that's my story.
And then, did you know Monique?
Okay.
Um, let her tell.
Um. It's funny how we met. It was like I think the beginning of the pandemic, and then Aaron was introduced to me by another friend, and because Aaron and Ria wanted to like know more about homeschooling, and
Okay.
that's how we met. And then because I don't know how like maybe I'm not sure if like I saw a post from Ria that she was studying like being a doula. So like I messaged her and asked her how, because I've been wanting to be a doula since 2017, but like I don't have much time that yet. I don't have much time yet because I had a newborn, and then
Yeah.
I like the other um classes or courses are something like I can't afford. So I asked her how she did it, and then okay, she told me, oh, here you can apply here. They have a scholarship. You can try. So
Yeah.
okay, I'm like, okay, I'll do this. So I was too excited, and I felt like, okay, this is the time for me to become a doula. And then I I sent it like a few minutes after she sent it to me. Like I sent the scholarship application, and she was like, what? But okay, so I wasn't accepted yet. That was also last year, 2021. And then I just thought maybe it wasn't time yet. So like I assessed like to myself, like why would I want to become a doula? Is it something I really want? So like I waited for another year. So that's early this year when I tried applying again. And like for a year I was just reading all you know the the scholarship packet that you have on your website, and I was like repeating the questions over and over, and like yeah.
Ah,
So that's how I prepared for the scholarship application.
oh my god.
And yeah, and my husband didn't even know that I applied.
And then you're
And
just
then
like, oh, by the way, I got this really awesome thing.
yeah, when you announce it, he was
Exactly
in the
how.
kitchen. This He was in the kitchen baking, and then I ran to him crying, and then he was like, "Why are you crying?" And then I
Oh,
said, "Oh, I won a scholarship." And then he was like, "Oh, really? Okay."
I didn't even know you applied, but I'm glad you got it.
Yeah, but he always knew that I wanted to become a doula, and like that was a plan, maybe like someday, like he
Yeah.
was aware that I wanted to become one. So I guess he wasn't that much surprised when I got it. So yeah.
No, I remember. So we have like the scholarship. I know you all know this, but for people watching, we have a scholarship committee where everyone reads the applications and then we gather and decide because we have incredible applications. And I remember Kelly and I both read Monique's application. Like everyone did, but when we came to the meeting, we like started the meeting, and I was like, I will fight for Monique. That is my this is who I wanted. I will fight whoever I have to fight to get. There
Thank
was no
you.
resistance. There was no resistance. Everyone loved your application, so I didn't need to come in hot like that. But I was ready. I was ready to do it. And I remember Kelly was like, "Yep, Monique,
Thank
Second
you.
you're
is the charm.
welcome." So can you guys tell everyone a little bit about how you prepared your application? Because I know this is something we get lots of questions about.
Yeah,
Start.
so I can start with that. So as I mentioned earlier, I downloaded the scholarship brief pack, the one where you've indicated all of your notes and all of those wonderful suggestions and advices. Like it's like you really guys are giving it away, and it's like some of the questions there. My God, but this is kind of an easy question, but is this a trick question? It's so easy, but is there a trick to this? Like, um, so like what I told you earlier, I marinated it in my heart. It was in my laptop all of the time. I like go through the questions each time, every day. I looked at it and dreamt about it. But in terms of preparation, I discussed it with my husband and with my kids because I wanted them to know that if I will go through this application and I do get it, this is what our life would look like for the next year or two, because I'll be busy studying, doing my preparing for the what do you call this, the certification. I'll be spending hours in births, and can we all manage this? Like, I was asking them for their commitment as well as mine, that we're going to do it all together. And that's a very big preparation, because for me, having this strong support system at home was really helpful before I dive in into this. And I didn't want to waste a very special scholarship that, if my heart wasn't into it and I get the scholarship and I don't value it, someone else's life would be wasted, because it could have been someone else, and something like that. I was thinking to that line. And so I really have, if I wanted to do this, if I would jump through this, I really need it to be, planned and special, and everybody would be committed. And that's how I really prepared for it. And then, just like Aaron, it's in my inbox for the longest time. It's in my notes. It's everywhere. I had a paper notes, digital notes, and every chance that I get a quote or something from Maya Angelou or from Ina May, I kept it in notepads, and you know simmered it all together into my this feeling of wanting to be a doula before I really hit submit. And I even let my husband do the click sending button.
Oh,
Like, we're doing it together. Come on, hit send.
that. And so
That's
when
how
you,
I prepared for the application.
oh my gosh. And so when you got it, right, it would have been like a family, like, we got the scholarship.
Well, the announcement was in the early in the morning, our time, right? So it was like 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. during our time, and I was so sleepy. And and then during the live, my husband woke me up, and then he said, "I think you got it." Like, what?
I love that. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Okay.
Ladies,
Pardon?
how about the other ladies here? The
Yes,
beautiful
yes. So,
ladies.
all right.
I think I think
We heard a
I
little
have
bit about,
to agree. I have to agree with Ria. Like for the preparations, we had to involve the whole cast. It's not just my life that's going to be changing; it will be affecting them as well. I think the kids were so supportive of it, and they loved every class. They were with me for every class, and I think, what, to answer the questions, I have to agree with Ria. If you look at them, they're easy questions, right? Can be asked like on a basis. But you know what? It brings you back to your personal experiences when you had your birth, or why why and for me, if I hadn't experienced giving birth to my child, position of actually taking an interest in this. Like, that's for me though. But with a lot of co-doulas who don't have children of their own, who are actually immersed in the world of birth work as well, and it's somehow awakening, like, especially like when I'm talking with my children, that they are being taught at this age something about birth. It brings the compassion in. What more if they're already in that situation, right? So I think,
yeah.
those were the inspiration behind the preparation to my portion. And yes, it really did take time. It was sitting in my inboxes. So yeah, I had notes, I had digital notes, I had sticky notes all over. Like, whenever I get an idea, oh, I should answer this one, and like that. And then eventually the week leading up to March. That time I put in my favorite music. I put in essential oils, and then to answer it one by one, and then had my children hit the send button. I'm doing this.
Oh,
I'm doing this for you, right? So I'm doing this for you. Like you're the boss right now. You're the whole reason why I'm doing this, so that I could do it for you. I could do it for others, right? For other families. So they were the ones who hit the send button.
oh my God, I love that. I love it.
Yeah.
Um, so is that how, what would you say was all of your motivation to like do this work? Was it your family's, or was it like your experience in birth and that was just like less than ideal, or maybe it was great and you wanted to spread that? So yeah, a little bit of A, a little bit of B.
For me, it's more, I felt like I wanted to, share it with other people, that, this is possible, and that you have choices, and that you can decide on them.
Yeah.
And, you know like, because I'm lucky enough to, experience that, and have, like, the birth that I wanted, and have a positive experience. And I just felt like, why isn't that the case all the time, like for most women here? So that's why I wanted to be in this, in to become a doula, and like do birth work, because, I feel like a lot of people here don't know that yet, or I mean those things yet, that you can make choices during the
Yeah.
birth, I mean during a pregnancy. And yeah, because I was also guided by a doula that time, doula Betty, the same as doula Ria's doula. So, I just wanted to spread it to other people, like, and really empower women.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, I just had a student last week sharing, she's working in the Bahamas, and informed consent there is not great. And so she was saying that she's running into an issue where they do like a stretch and sweep with everyone without getting their consent. Yeah, yep. Everyone's getting this. Great. We're all on the same page. And so she was saying that her client had decided before they went to their appointment that they didn't want that. And when they spoke to their provider about that, the provider was like, yeah, no, but why? We do that to everybody. And then proceeded to just do it. So I think it's like that, just like even like that is like such a small but like big like violation of autonomy. And so I think like when we hear things like that, it's like it seems like these would be like small experiences, but like really they all like really add to that feeling of autonomy and feeling empowered when we're making our own decisions. And it sounds like y'all are doing that, bringing that big time to where you are in the Philippines. I'm
It,
just like,
Right.
we just have so much work to do. Like for example, I mean, Dula Monique had a wonderful experience. So like we're speaking from the other side. Like I
yeah,
myself like wanted to be someone that wasn't there for me during my time, right? Like I had my first baby and I knew nothing. Like besides the stories that my mom, and I knew nothing else. And you know what? Like the 20 minutes to 30 minutes max, you don't really get as much information that you should, right?
yeah,
All happening. Sad to say, like for example, I had who is actually still at the hospital right now. She had to undergo a seen her child yet since she had the C-section. And tell her that that's not the norm. You should fight to see your child, but it's still happening. And it's really, really, really sad to know that even try to be there for our clients. We tell them that this is what's supposed to happen. It's supposed to, to do to for it's supposed to happen. That with you, right? But
Yeah.
sad
No, but it
to
is.
say, like,
It's fighting the system, right? The systems are in place,
yeah,
and it's really hard to move things when they're like, actually, this has been working. And we're like, it's
yeah,
actually not working now. It's not working. So
that's
we
true.
need to have some movement here. So there's some butting of heads, right, between like how they've been doing it and how we're like, this is actually what folks need when they're giving birth.
Right.
Um, so what was your experience when you were studying your MSP, and how did that contribute to your business as a birth worker? Ria, you can go first if you like.
Yeah, so for me, it was, I can say, one hell of a ride. Like, you know what? Because I'm already 41 years old, and the last time that I was studying was back in college, and it was like years ago. So, when I got to first class, I bought this nice, pretty notebook. I have this Heidi Swap binder, and I was printing all of the worksheets. I mean, the manuals, and it really felt like I was back in college, and it was so good. It was so nice. However, towards the end of the class, it was like, oh, I need to wake up early in the morning, because the classes here, it tends to be early, very late at night, or very early in the morning. It's 7 a.m. And it was like, oh, I'm struggling. I need to do this. But you know what I really found is that, in Tagalog, in the Philippines, there's this word we call malasakit, and it
Compassion.
means malasakit means compassion. And that's how I describe the classes of Bebo Mia. It's very compassionate, in the sense that, um, we're able to do it on our own time, because there's just these days when you struggle and we break down because of the mommy duties and the homeschooling and the managing the household and stuff like that, and the side gigs to earn extra money. And sometimes it gets overwhelming. But whenever I'm at the class, at each MSP class, even when I was struggling to get there in the first place. But while I'm in the class, I'm so focused, and I love it. And I simply, I feel empowered that this is my time. This is just 2 hours, guys.
Yeah.
Please,
Yes. Yes.
please give me this 2 hours. Go away.
No, yeah. We decided as a family. Now I need alone time to get it done.
And
Yeah.
Begumi has been very compassionate, because even on those times that I'm struggling, they're gonna be there sending those, messages online, and how are you guys doing? Are you all good? You are where you need to be. You're perfect right where you are. And I was like, oh, I needed to hear that. And it gets me going, and it keeps me motivated that, each class gives you just the right video to manage, just gives you the right handout. And it 2020 was struggle for everyone. And somehow, for me, doing the classes, it was really like, how do you call it, it's very compassionate for me, because it was like my me time. It was like my time for myself, and learning, and learning about birds. And for me, it was hard, but, um, how do we say this word? But it's very fulfilling. So,
Well, thank
and
you.
all because of Bebo Mia's malasakit. So maybe, I don't know, we can use that term,
Yes.
malasakit.
Oh my God. Michelle, if you're watching, we've got to put that on some swag. No,
Yes.
I guarantee we'll put that on some swag. I love that. Of course.
I have to agree with Ria. With Ria there about the compassion and the malasakit. Yeah, that's really tough for me. I a couple of months off as well, because like I said, this whole thing brings you back to your experiences, and then I class exactly it was, and we were talking about all these terminologies, and it hit me like, oh my god, this was what happened to my second birth. Oh my god, I can't believe that something like this actually happened. And I was crying. She was asleep at that time. I was texting her na, sister, oh my god, this is so overwhelming to my child. And I knew nothing about it, right? So, I mean, besides all the scientific terminologies, all of the things that we learned from, I think the best part about it was that it taught us how to be us. You get what I mean?
Oh!
In the sense that we throw our egos out the door, in the sense that we become passionate human beings, that we put love and nurturing and all the care for the other things. And I think that's the most important part of becoming. Besides knowing all of these, yeah, it's important too that we know that we know what means, we know what and the endorphins mean and all that. But to become one, like in the birth space, who are you? I think it's better. Like if they ask us, who are you? Like we impersonate, we embody, and that's it for me.
Oh my god,
You
you
know,
never.
Meg,
But really,
I
really,
wanted to tell you, I
I'm not
wanted,
just saying it because like it's something like, oh my god, what do you think Bianca would do right now? Michelle do, or how would she feel right now? It's like, you guys are like my inner voice. Every time we
exactly.
come into a birth space, are we Meg today? Are we Michelle? It's it's what we learn, and it the values that we got from Bebo Mia. That's what's important.
I wanted to share that at each birth, I imagine Meg being at the door and she's saying, throw your ego at the door. Leave your and it was a mental image of Meg telling me to leave my ego at the door. And I just say, yes, ma'am. And that's every single time.
Oh my gosh, this is just amazing. Oh my gosh, this is bringing me life right now. Um, I love it. Thank you. Yeah, for anyone that's watching, when we're referencing like ego, it's like when we walk into the birth space, we want to make sure like that this isn't our birth. This isn't our birth. This is our client's birth. So like our choices that we would choose for us personally, actually we leave them. We're gonna leave them at the door. And that's what they're talking about. It's a very hard practice. So it's like really
Yeah.
badass that y'all are doing it. It's such a hard
It really
practice.
is.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And Monique, what was it like studying for MSP with you? Because you just went through it.
um yeah, it was what I liked about what I really like about the Bebomia classes is that it's recorded and like I can watch and rewatch it at my
Yep.
own time, because I've tried so hard to attend the live classes, but
The timing is
I
tough for y'all.
yeah, and I had two kids feeding from me. So, sometimes like at night they wake up and while I'm on the live class, and
Yeah.
then so I have to like turn it off, and then I just watch it. So that's one thing that I really like. And yeah, um what else? And I think Bebomia really helps us to build a business that really represents us and the values that we have as
Mhm.
doulas, and like
Yep.
who we are and what resonates us. yeah, so yeah, that's it.
Love it. Um, so is there anyone, anyone that might be watching right now, if they're considering applying for a scholarship or thinking about joining us for our classes, is there anything that you would want to say to them about the application or about the process or anything else you want to add before we hop off?
Hmm.
About the business, the business, what's it called, that birth business,
Birth Worker Business School.
birth, birth worker business school.
Business.
There you go. So I think I was one of the first one who attended the upgraded, the changed version, because I think it was don't doula it yourself before,
Yeah.
and then it was changed to birth worker business school, and I think I was one of the first who attended that. And I'd say that it is a very helpful follow up to MSP. So, what I want to tell the others is that when you're done with your MSP, jump ship right over to Birth Worker Business School, because it wraps up everything. Like, I know how we're all pumped up to, start right away, become a doula right away. But the Birth Worker Business School was really helpful for me, in a sense that it helped me throughout that. I think it ran for 8 weeks, or 12 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
And each week it helps me create my business plan, create my goals, my vision and mission. Um, I was like super excited to start taking on births and accepting clients, but I held off and I tried to finish the birth worker business school first, so that I could get it started the right way. um, it helped me with my intake forms, how I should manage my social media, um, how to talk to a client, how to handle no's from a client, well, like when they're trying to say that, we don't have any budgets right now for doula. And I was able to make like an operating rhythm out of that class. And um, for those who are thinking of doing the MSP or applying for a scholarship, I'd say that take it all in and try as much as possible to take the business school as well as the other courses from Bebo, because I think right now I'm about to go through the fitness course.
Yeah.
So that's my suggestion for anyone who wants to apply um, for the MSP.
Love that. Thank you. Monique or Aaron, do either of you have anything you want to add?
um
I'd say
for
take
those,
the.
oh, sorry, go. Sige, go.
I, well, do you want to go first?
Go.
Anyway,
You first.
I'd say take. I'd say to take the plunge. If you're thinking about applying for, just make sure that you know your whys. I think that is a
Yeah.
big factor. I got the scholarship as well. Like you have to, you have to have a solid why. Heartedly, it's not the place for you. I always tell my friends who are in the job that we do, is that it's not for the faint of heart. I'm not scaring them. Have to have that oomph. You have to have that heart. You have
Yeah.
to have that why. Why are you doing this? It's not like I always say. It's not easy. 2 o'clock in the morning, while your child sleeps beside you, leave them without saying goodbye and stuff like that. But when you know why you're doing it, they would understand. The kids would understand. Your
Yeah.
husband understands. Your family understands. Gets the drive to stand up and let's do this, right? So establish your whys and then just take the plunge. Your stars might align.
Yes. Yes. I love that. Your why. And that's the thing that will keep you, like Aaron said, that's the thing that keeps you going when, you're at a birth and it might be like really late. You might be tired. It might, like sometimes it can feel discouraging doing this work because the systems are so powerful, and sometimes it feels like we're fighting an uphill battle that we're never going to win. But when you remember your why, you're able to be like, right, okay, this is why I'm doing this, and this is like the impact that that's having. Monique, what were you going to say?
That's true.
Um, for those planning to apply to the scholarship, before you jump ship, I mean, before you jump into it, don't rush. You you have to really like think about it, and in connection to what Aaron said, you have to know your whys, because it's, we can all agree that this is not really an easy work, and without your whys, it's so easy to give up on doing this.
Yeah.
And yeah, so before applying, like, really think about it, and you know why you're doing this, what are your goals, or yeah, that's it. So just don't rush into it.
Yeah, great. Excellent. Thank you all so much. If people want to see some of the really cool things that y'all are doing, can they find you on social media, or where can they
Yeah.
find you?
Right. So I think most of us, we have Instagram and Facebook. So y'all can find me at Gracious Birth, in Instagram, Facebook, and I also have a YouTube and a TikTok. So
Yay!
my Gracious Birth, and you'll see me there doing some um, aquanatals and some what's in my doula bag stuff, but no dancing yet, but maybe soon.
Good. Yeah.
Just like you, Meg, you're my
Yeah.
idol.
Yeah. The TikTok dance.
Not that I
Oh,
want to put you on the spot there, but you did really. It was really rocking.
thank you.
I
Oh my gosh.
love. I had to.
I felt
I played that video like a couple of times. Like, oh, so much oxytocin right now. This is like so good.
oh my gosh.
Anyway,
Fun.
same. You can find me on Facebook. I do have TikTok as well. Not as much. Not as much in it. YouTube. You can just search for Dula Aren Shernine. It's hard to spell my ERNIN. Just look for that, and you'll find all of my socials. Wait,
Awesome.
I wanna bring up also Birth Keepers of the Philippines. If you want to find us, as it's not just the three of us. We have about 10, 10 birth work keepers from the Philippines. We work with midwives, pediatricians, birth photographers. Just you'll find us all there. Birth Keepers of the Philippines.
Love it.
Yay.
Love it. Monique, is there
Okay.
a
Yeah. I don't have TikTok, but I have Facebook and Instagram. Maybe I might download TikTok after this. Um,
do it?
you can. Yeah. Okay. Um, you can just search Silang Birth Keeper. Silang is the Filipino word for to birth. So
Okay. How do you
Silang Birth Keeper.
how do you spell that so folks know?
SILANG Birth
Okay.
Keeper.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank
Well,
you.
thank you so much for joining me today, y'all. I know it's 9 o'clock at night for you. It's almost 9 in the morning for me. This is the best way to start my day I could have ever asked for. And we can't wait. I'm sure we'll be talking to y'all soon. Reach out, follow everybody on social media. If you're watching this, they're doing such incredible work. Thank you so much. And we'll talk to everyone soon. Bye,
Thank
y'all.
you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
More doulas, more power. Bye.
Bye.
Uy. Bye.